be as dark as it was, because like episode
Oh
one,
yeah,
Yeah.
it
yeah.
was
That
pretty
show
dark.
Oh
does
yeah, yeah, yeah.
not hold back. It was
No.
It
oh
was very
boy.
like berserk in that way, minus like actually showing more
Yeah.
than they did,
Yeah,
but
no.
still.
Yeah. Goblin Slayer. What's it like to be a peasant in D&D? Oh God.
Yep. Yep. Pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Cool
Definitely
concept though.
do not
Yeah.
watch that
Enjoyed
show
it.
if you are not like really prepared for
Yeah.
Yeah.
extreme like violence and like
I
really
mean, okay, let's be here.
not
There
good
is,
stuff.
yeah. If you don't be into this, if you can't deal with a lot of blood, a lot of sexual violence,
Yeah, definitely sexual violence.
a lot of
Yeah,
sexual
a lot of
violence,
sexual abuse stuff in there, which
a
is
lot of psychological trauma,
a lot of torture. Yep.
yeah, a lot of torture, dismemberment, disfowlment.
After watching that, I started last night the record of the Lotus War or whatever that anime is.
Yeah,
Which
I've
is
heard about
like
it forever, but I've
yeah,
never
from like
actually-
the old 90s or something like
Yeah.
that, and it's very like soft high fantasy. The writer was like made this entire huge series from, I guess it was from maybe early 90s to the current 2000s, about his tabletop story, which I'm all about.
Speaking of good content based off tabletops, if you are into reading, I would highly recommend the Malazan Empire of the Fallen books,
What's wrong?
because it's very good books, but it is the entire basis of it is, hi, I'm an author and I'm gonna write a book about my like 8-year D&D campaign.
I've seen a lot of stuff like that. I probably seen
It's a
couple.
really good series, especially with how they did it. Speaking of anime, I'm super hyped that Yuru Camp got a second season.
Oh yeah, I still haven't watched that, but I've heard a lot.
It's
of
so
things about
good.
it.
There's not a lot of plot. It's just comfy.
That doesn't matter to me, so sounds good.
Yeah,
I like
'cause-
things that are just comfy.
Because its entire concept is what happens if we made like cute anime girls go camping, and then we based it off real parks because we're funded by the Japanese like park tourism board.
Did
like-
Patrick Rothfuss finish his next book yet?
No.
I just saw he had like an interview about it. I guess he didn't. I wasn't sure.
I've accepted the last and the of the Name of the Wind series, like Game of Thrones. It's not
Yeah.
happening. It's
For
a
the
book
next
series.
7 years.
It's done. Like they're not coming. Just accept it.
Yeah. I just thought it was weird because it popped up on my timeline. I don't know why. I haven't looked up anything about it recently. I guess he just recently did an interview about it.
Yeah. I had a friend who was obsessive about those books.
They're good. They're really fun.
Yeah. And by obsessive,
They're super casual. They are the better Harry Potter.
yeah. They have some good stuff. Unreliable narrator, some other fun stuff going with them. Yeah, they're solid books. It's not even like maybe he's unreliable because.
Oh wait, are we all here?
Hello, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. No need to be sorry.
My grandma called, and I haven't talked to her in a long time, and her birthday's soon, so.
Aww.
Yeah,
Aw.
we stand
Happy
grandma
birthday,
in this
Grandma.
house.
Yeah, you good?
We
You
stand
good?
grandmas, yeah.
Hey, we are down with grandmas.
Down with grandmas could mean two very different.
I was
know, it could
thinking
be.
that, Reg. I was like,
Down with grandmas. Oh, I'm down with
down with
grandmas.
grandmas
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah. Down with grandmas.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear. I don't want. There was a movie about like, not with grandmas, but about like parents. There was a movie. It's like had Nicolas Cage in it about like parents who there was like a disease that made parents all homicidal towards their kids like the world over.
Interesting.
And the entire point was you watching it was like, oh, they're trying to survive. It's like the entire movie is like them two kids trying to survive in their house while Nicolas Cage and another woman like are as their parents are like, children, come here, and then they escape and they're like, everyone's house is like this.
Checks out as a Nicolas Cage movie.
No,
Yeah,
and
it shouldn't
no,
surprise
and,
me at all.
and then it ends with, wait, what about grandma and grandpa? And it shows like it shows them all outside as elderly with like shotguns coming to kill the parents. It's like, I just remembered that.
cool things to this pick crew. I was. Why did I look at this right now?
You
This is
fool.
a terrible decision. Okay.
You fool. Oh, wasn't that cat manga supposed to get an anime this season? Or was that last season? Yeah, I thought My Neighbor is a Cat was supposed to get an anime this season.
I was thinking of 2 different cat animes, and I didn't even know that was one.
Nah. So My Neighbor is a Cat is a manga where it's the day-to-day life of a guy and his cat, but one chapter of the manga is his perspective of the day, and then the next chapter is the cat's perspective of the day.
I love that.
I was thinking either Yankees or Old Man and His Cat.
Old Man and His Cat is real good.
I love Old Man and His Cat.
I think Chiron-san is also getting a manga, which is also not about cats, but is heavily cat influenced. My favorite thing is that at the start of every volume, the mangaka will show a picture or will show a cat and goes, "Where is this cat in this volume?"
That's cute. I like
Because they
that.
look
They're really cute.
the main concept or their main house is an old temple that's got like where one of the characters always picks up the stray. So there's like they have like 18 stray cats living in the temple. Or at the beginning of chapters they'll have a picture and they're like, how many cats are in this photo? And at the very bottom they have like the number. So he's like, I count 12, and it's like there are 14 cats here, and you're just like,
I just need to interject really quick. Can everybody say something quick, like one at a time, so I can adjust your volumes? Because everyone sounds very different to me than we did the last time we played. Like, some
Let
of
me
you are
start.
very quiet.
I just rolled a nat 20 for fucking nothing.
Wow, rip.
I wasted it.
It's really tragic. All right, Hammy.
Alabama has white barbecue sauce.
Disgusting. Carson.
Hello, it is me. This is what I sound like all the time.
Absolutely beautiful. Cass.
Well, look who it is, everyone. It's only me.
Cass, are you on a different mic today? Or do you
I'm
have a
sitting
webcam
close-
mic?
I have a webcam mic.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. And we pump you up the whole way.
Yeah, I'm like, I've turned the sensitivity on this boy up all the way because my other mic died. And this one,
Oh, rip.
I should just mail Cass my old snowball mic. Honest to God.
do it, and then I'll start a podcast.
Yeah, I might DM you later so I can send it to you.
Yeah. Coming soon. My sister, and me.
Reggie,
I love my friends.
we love you too, Reg.
He does.
All right, and Jish.
It is I, a Jushmu.
Okay. I just have to make everyone like in line with what Cat sounds like so it doesn't sound so weird in stream. Bless you.
Everyone get on my level.
Yeah, we gotta get on her level, please.
I'm gonna scoot real close up.
No, I think it's okay now. It's just like certain people were super loud compared to you, but I think now it's a little bit better. Hopefully, anyone watching the stream can let me know. How shitty it
Juice,
is.
we're wasting our good roll.
I'm not rolling at all.
let's play before we're out. Of them.
Sorry,
Really?
I'm almost ready. I'm just.
Oh, you're still doing that.
Wow,
Yeah.
he's
Wow,
stalling, making
he's
us use all of our
unpre-
rolls.
He's
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Yes.
Also,
You fool! You've fallen for my plot.
Just use your rolls trap.
all right, we were fighting things.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
kind of did forget that. Yeah,
Harmony
Yeah.
got the last hit, right? She killed that thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
Someone did. Yeah.
I believe you did. Yes.
Yeah.
Baby's
hit
first
the
kill.
Dexterity save. That was by Cass. Right, Nor.
And I
Yeah,
was,
yeah. I see. Okay, yeah. I see Cass rolling damage. I'm assuming, yeah.
I was real upset because that was like the only hit I landed.
Oh,
Hey. We take those.
Yeah.
We hit that
That
man
hits
last
hit.
when you
Exactly.
think about it.
There will be plenty more.
Yeah.
Yeah. There will be blood.
I will make sure of it.
All right, I'm gonna start scooping up all that grease back into this bottle.
I don't
Need
think
something to
you
slick back
can.
that hair.
I'm sorry
Ew.
to say.
Yeah.
How much is a hurdy-gurdy?
That is a fantastic question.
Check the Sea
And
of
I
Thieves
also want-
subreddit.
Just check out that Brian. It's according to Brian David Gilbert, it's about as much as a laptop because he sold the
No.
laptop.
Yeah, he sold Karen's laptop for it.
Yeah.
Okay, the hurdy-gurdy store. Excellent. Yeah, about 2K. All right. A hurdy-gurdy's about $2,000 for anyone who's interested. Unless you want a nice one, then it's about like $5,000. Well then.
I'm
man.
removing kitchen knife from my pocket.
My
I don't
fingers are
know.
too fat to learn to properly play the violin. I gotta do the next best thing.
Excellent. Oh, that's sick as hell. Why?
Please, Lord Biden, give me $2,000 so I can spend it on my hurdy-gurdy.
You think you're
God.
getting $2,000? That's sad. What, from the check? Like our stimulus check is not gonna be $2,000.
No, I already got my stimulus check.
Oh, I haven't even gotten mine. It was
Oh, yeah.
supposed to be mailed on the 6th of January 2021.
Oh,
no.
but
That's my first one.
you played yourself though. You gotta have that direct deposit set up if
Yeah,
you want it
that's why I
fast.
set up
100%.
too.
Yeah, 100%.
I got mine really fast, but it's because I have direct deposit.
Yeah, I said I got my. I said, yeah, mine showed up like on the 2nd. It was
I
great.
did not know there was
Yeah,
a
mine
direct
showed up
deposit
immediately
for
as
it.
well.
All right, there we go. All right,
If you
I'm gonna
have
go to the
your
bathroom real quick. If anybody else wants to do that, and then I'm gonna be ready to go. So.
if you have your
Okay.
refunds just for like your taxes set to direct deposit, it automatically uses that to send you the stimulus check.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've never gone into my refunds and my tax shit.
Yeah, I always do my shit through like some website like TurboTax
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, I
And they're
do-
like,
I
do you
do
want to
mine
do it
through
this way or that way?
TurboTax.
And I'm like, here, just take all my bank information.
Yeah, I mean, I had all of my like stuff
all my
through direct
money.
deposit. I didn't know that you had to do a thing for returns because I've never had to get returns on that.
Yeah, it's not specifically for the COVID check, but just in general. I guess like the government just
Yeah.
has everyone's shit on file, so
Yep.
Yeah, last year I had to pay taxes instead of receive.
boo.
Yeah, my place of work fucked that up for me.
Oh, they didn't withhold from your checks?
No.
Wow, what a bunch of nice guys.
Yeah. What's
That happened to me one
everybody-
year and I had a panic attack. I was like, how
Oh.
much? I was like,
Mine was
"What?"
only like 500, 600 maybe.
Oh, I owed like $1,500 one year, and I almost
Oof.
had a fucking heart attack.
Jeez.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, we have you down as a consultant, so we weren't withholding taxes from your checks." I was like, "Oh, thanks for letting me know."
Wow, yeah.
Gee,
That's awesome. That's so great of you.
I wish I'd known that before.
What's everybody eating and or drinking?
Water.
I
Hot
Sugar.
chocolate.
had leftover Brenner breakfast for dinner.
Brenner.
I have, and water, and maybe Coke. We'll see.
Hmm.
Probably shouldn't.
I might get Jack Daniels, but we'll see how I feel.
Yeah, I got some beers.
I got a cup of water, three chicken fingers from Zaxby's left,
Nice.
and a whiskey sour.
I love whiskey sours. They're one of my
I
favorites.
have Cheerwine and hot chips, flaming hot Chester cheetah fries.
Mm.
I already had some graham crackers before we started. Had some graham crackers dipped in milk. It was great.
Oh, dipped in milk.
What a wholesome snack.
All right.
Yeah. I
That
don't know
reminds me of the mouse from God, what is that movie?
Aristocats?
Aristocats, yeah, where he
Yeah.
dips it in the milk and he eats it and it looks so good.
Ah. Did you ever see the there's a Binging with Babbitts episode where he recreates it to scale.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. He makes it and he's like, this is fine, but it's not what I wanted. So then he makes one that's like where he has to reach like both arms around it and be like, dip.
Oh, Cars and the Tokens look so good.
Wait,
Hello?
I think Music Bot left.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I stopped hearing music.
Yeah, I guess it went so long without a command that it was like, well,
Yeah, I think it. I
don't
think
even
it
know
played
it's
a full
on.
30-minute loop and then stopped.
yeah.
Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna
Oh.
get DCM aid for this. We'll
Yeah,
find
I
out.
was.
Oh
I was
right,
worried-
yeah, that's a thing now.
Yeah.
Hopefully not.
Well, if I get banned, friends, it was nice knowing
I
you.
won't. I won't use anything by Square Enix.
I'm not scared. Come at me, Twitch. I'll meet you
No Square,
outside.
no Atlas.
Meet you in the
Big
yard.
DMCA.
Meet you behind the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
What you have to do is you have to put some generic lo-fi hip hop behind it.
It's a hack.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that won't
Alright.
sound horrible or anything.
No.
I wish.
That's
It's
what
okay,
And I'm
we'll find
also
out.
pretty sure you'll still get DMCA.
Yeah, 100%.
Probably.
Yeah, I
So
think
not
you
only will it sound bad, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Still suffer the repercussions.
Yeah, it will be ultimately futile in the end. We will see.
Yeah, it's
So stupid.
ridiculous. It is.
You can't even like sing songs you like.
No.
Really?
oh
If
no,
you
that
sing?
don't
Yeah.
sing at all.
Nope.
Yeah, if you
You,
see,
you
yeah,
can't sing yourself.
yeah, if it gets, yeah, because the software's like, I can still tell that's the song. Bleh.
Yeah.
Is the happy birthday song DCM made? Okay.
It shouldn't be. It's freaking.
Yeah,
And,
but
uh,
have you ever noticed in movies they don't always sing it? Because you technically
Well,
have
but
to
that
pay
was
the rights
because
for
it was still. It wasn't. You did, but not. You don't have to anymore.
Hmm.
Oh,
I think it entered to
I've
public
had that
domain.
too.
Oh, was it very recently? Okay.
The last few years.
It's public
Or there's a
domain.
court case that was like, "What do you guys? You can't sue for this. This is public domain." I can't remember what that was.
Yeah,
Um,
they decided that it wasn't public domain, so it is.
Sorry, I'm
Um,
old. You're all babies. I remember.
Yeah.
When, I remember when they couldn't sing "Happy Birthday" in the movies.
I mean, it was very recent. Like it was well after I was.
No,
like,
it was
Okay.
probably 2019 or
Blah,
maybe
blah, blah,
2018.
I probably like
Oh.
2017. I want to say.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
it's-
Carson was born.
The sisters who apparently said they owned it had to had to be like, all right, we actually don't in 2015. They lost the case.
Isn't
Had to pay back
saying
40
it's
million.
its own like Donkey Kong trademarked as well?
No. Oh, I guess because Donkey Kong is a trademark
Yeah.
name. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
guess,
say
yeah.
it a bunch and see what
Yeah, I
happens.
was gonna say yeah. Oh yeah.
Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong. That's it.
Well,
My
look,
stream
Get
just
ready
died.
to rumble. That's trademarked for sure.
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. Yeah, that definitely is.
Yep.
There's a Twitch, like, they have a link to some crappy Twitch radio station they want you to use with music you can
Yeah.
stream with.
No.
But yeah, it's ridiculous. I said I was very sad because I almost missed out a streamer that I like playing through Kingdom Hearts for the first time, which would have been glorious. But he's like Disney's doing this, so if you don't watch it live, I'm instantly deleting VODs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, Ray, no.
So, I don't know. I read something that you can get striked even if it's live, but I don't know the validity or truth of that claim.
I'm gonna make these boys big just so you can really.
He's
Oh.
enormous. What an
Oh,
absolute
God.
unit.
Oh, cute.
Albrecht is bigger.
Just like real life.
Naturally.
All right. Got levels in Rune Knight.
Serious.
They look
Dropping
so
my
great.
hot chips.
All right,
Get
so
your shit together.
you guys ready? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
was born ready.
So, I will do my best to do a recap. I'm getting in the swing of things too. It's been a while since I DM'd, and by a while I mean 2 months.
Oh god,
here
it's
we
been
go.
2 months.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
So last time on D&D, you all made your way into the underground labyrinth, so to speak, of Lork, the city that is known to be the sort of headquarters of the Zentarum Guild and the sort of this portion of the Faerun, the Sword Coast. And upon making it down here and finding nobody, you were eventually met with several bodies strewn across the hallways, some of them with very peculiar, almost extremely rotted scars and cuts. And eventually, in searching for your friend Alphen, who had gone on ahead for reasons of his own, you eventually found him cornered by a large group of almost zombie-like individuals who were seemed to be wearing Zentarum gear, but were their eyes were black and their veins were black, and they were overcome by some force and tried to kill you as well as Alphen and anything that got near them. And after a somewhat tough battle, you were able to dispatch all of them, along with Alphen's help and your friend Albrecht. And now you are all beneath this city alone in these corridors. And the only other sign you've heard of something else down here is a large booming sound that you've heard several times coming from back the way you came. And other than that, you find yourself alone.
Can
What do you do?
I walk up to one of the corpses and make like an Arcana check just to see if this like black ichor is magic, like magically induced into their body, or if it's maybe like a chemical type.
Very interesting.
I have 1 in Arcana.
Yeah, go ahead and make me this check. It probably won't be easy because it's something you don't really have
This
any
is
expertise.
literally just off of a hunch.
Wow, that's not bad.
Oh,
You know, despite your lack of expertise in this particular subject, you kind of realize maybe based on less on your knowledge of magic and more on your knowledge of perhaps poisons that you've encountered in the past.
Mhm.
You notice that it doesn't really seem to be anything like that. It does seem to be in some way magically induced, but looking at it, it doesn't seem like there is any sort of residual magic effect that is keeping it in place, but rather that it was perhaps originally caused by something magical, but whatever that is isn't what's keeping it that way.
Okay. Looking at the bodies, can I also make like a medicine check or something to tell if they were dead before whatever this is happened to them?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a medicine check.
Another big roll. Fuck!
You try and like figure out by cutting up some parts of a body open, and you just hit an artery and blood spurts in your eyes, and you can't even see anything, and it's a real nightmare. But you have no idea.
Okay.
But if anybody else wants to make that check, I'll allow one more of you to make that check.
Someone good at medicine should do it.
If you want to.
I think I'm good at medicine.
let me see what my medicine
Also,
says.
Corella
I
gives
have-
Elijah a
have-
hanky.
You can have somebody assist you as well, so you can do it with advantage.
With advantage.
Oh,
7 in medicine.
I have a 6 in
Dang.
medicine, so I could
Oh my-
assist you.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So just whichever one of you
And
wants
we
to
all
do
let
it, just
Scoon do
roll
it.
it with.
Yeah, I get blood in my eye.
You did make an Arcana and medicine check despite having a cleric and a sorcerer.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I don't have to.
Okay,
And
so Cass, do you
So yeah.
wanna? Do you wanna? Since I already spent my 20.
I don't think it works like that.
You only get 120. You used it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I mean, Scoom, look at it this way. You already just spent your nat one, so.
I'm
Yeah.
giving you the scalpel.
Oh, there's more than
Yeah,
one.
but
that
Scoom
one.
has those in excess.
I just have both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Scoom's got it weighted dice. It's just weighted the wrong part.
Yeah.
Okay. I can give it a go. Do I get advantage, or is that just for?
Yeah.
Elijah?
Whoever, I'll say that Harmony is assisting you, so you have.
Okay.
advantage.
Fingers crossed.
All right, 13. It is sort of hard to tell because some of the bodies are mangled, but I will say that with both of your expertise, you're able to sort of figure that some of them were dead and some of them weren't. So it's not a catch-all effect. It looks like some of these people were dead before whatever this is happened, and some of them weren't.
Okay. Some of them were, but some of them weren't. I don't know. It seems to affect both living and dead, I guess. And I'll just like wipe the blood or like the black stuff off of my hands and be like, ew.
I'll stand up wiping crap off of my face with Ella's handkerchief, and I'll say, Alfin, have you found what you needed?
He sort of he sort of brushes himself off after being covered in a a bit of blood and dirt and stuff. And he says, "Oh, well, yeah, actually, I did. Um, it's kind of hard to explain though. But yeah, I know what I'm supposed to be looking for now."
Okay. We should probably just get out of here. Do you know the fastest way up, or should we go back?
Well, I do, but it's back the way we came, and well, he sort of looks down at all of the bodies, and he says, I don't know. Hopefully everything's fine. I've been hearing large explosive-like sounds coming from down the corridors. I'm sure you've heard them too. I don't really know what they mean, but well, whatever it is, I'm sure we're bound to run into it if we go that way again. And he says, and I know this might sound silly, given the situation we're in, but I still have to keep my identity hidden. I can't let them know that I'm here, or things will turn sour. So, if we do run into any other Zentara members, I mean, I'll probably have to run and hide or something.
Any that might be alive. I don't think we've seen anyone else within miles, but we'll keep that in mind, I guess.
Well, some of these people, he looks down at the bodies and he says, a lot of these people are more newer recruits. Perhaps some of the more higher up people were able to stave them off somehow. I don't really know what caused it, so I don't know if it was an effect that affected everything and everyone, or well, I don't know.
I hand Ella back her handkerchief, and I'll just say, are we ready to go to everyone? We should move.
Oh, are we moving back the way we came then? Albrecht says.
It doesn't seem like we have much choice in the matter.
Oh. All right. Well, let's get going. And he sort of dusts himself off as well. You still have 3 smoke methods, Pluto. And those, I believe, last an hour. But I also believe it is concentration, if I'm not mistaken. So
Sounds right.
if you use another concentration spell or take enough damage that forces you to stop it, then they will go away as well.
Okay.
But otherwise, you all sort of start heading back down the hallway. Excuse me. Let me grab it.
I will keep in mind the traps that we crossed, I guess,
Yes.
on our way here.
I can send my friends ahead to kind of have them scout for us, I think.
It might not be a bad idea. I'm sure we probably ran into every trap on the way in, but there's always a chance that we completely avoided one by accident.
Yeah.
I really would not put that past us.
I'll nod and just kind of like look at the methods and kind of like not shoo them, but like have them go forward and kind of.
Yeah, I believe
like,
you can
walk
directly
around.
order them.
I think so.
Oh well, they're not walking. They're like floating in the air. But yeah.
Cool. All right.
So if you're trying to get them to activate like a pressure plate or something, they won't really be able to do that. But if there's some sort of motion activated somehow, or perhaps some sort of high tripwire, they might run into it.
I will attend with them and check the plates.
Say that again, Scoop.
I'll attend them and check the
Gotcha.
plates. Any pressure plates.
So make me a make me a perception check with advantage in that case.
Oh.
As you were sort of being assisted by these imps. Or not imps, methods.
Can I argue to do an investigation if I move slow?
Sure, yeah, if that's better for you. I don't have a problem with that.
It's much better for me.
Nice.
All right. So you guys keep moving back the way you came. And if you remember from before, you basically eventually you came to an intersection that went, in 4 different directions. One being the way you came, but the direction you chose was going straight after spinning a stick and deciding which way was best. And through some perhaps intervention of luck, you were able to find your way straight to Alphen. But you did also run into a large trap, and so as you're coming back, you were all sort of aware of this trap. That when you activated it last time, it sort of had a large spike wall that appeared from the floor and quickly moved towards you, as well as darts shot out of the wall. But you know where the pressure plate is, and you do actually notice as you're coming back that there is another pressure plate right on the outside of it that you seem to have narrowly avoided last time. That would activate it going back, but you're able to avoid that because Elijah spots it, and you know that the trap is in the area. So you all carefully head past it without any problems. And eventually, you make it. You make it back to this intersection, and Alphen says, "Okay, so if we keep heading straight, we'll head to the exit. I believe to the left and right are more barracks. I think there's an interrogation room to the right as well. Shall we keep heading straight?"
I'd like to get out of here, yes.
All right. And so he sort of keeps moving in that direction. You'll follow. And Alphen says to you, Elijah, he says, weren't you looking for your sister here?"
I don't think she's here. I saw she was in a forest. I think red top trees.
I will remind you because it's been a while, the forest vision that you saw and the vision of your sister that you saw were separate. They were in the same sort of dream, but you did not see her in the area of the
in
tree.
that. Okay.
You saw her in Lork.
Okay.
But when you saw her, everything was sort of the way you would expect it. There were people
Yeah.
all over the place and everything.
I believe so then.
Hmm.
Although none of this was happening.
I see. Well, hopefully she's all right. Maybe she got out of town before everything went south, or I don't know.
She's responsible. And smart.
Right. Yeah, I did. I was with her a few times. She certainly seemed like it. But yeah, I guess let's keep moving. And you all keep moving straight. Eventually, you come to another trap that you passed before, a large pit that opened up in the ground that was 10 feet across. Or 20 feet across, sorry. But you were all able to make it past this last time through various methods. And you notice that now it is closed back up. And you know where the pressure plates are, so you were able to avoid that as well. And eventually, you take the same turns you did before. You pass the same couple bodies that you did in the hallway. You see Alphen sort of frown them as you all walk past them. But he keeps moving. And you eventually make it back to the first intersection, which just took a turn to the left and right, and then back the way you came.
We had the kid with us when Alphen separated, right? Or did he leave before we found the kid?
He left before you found the kid.
Okay. I warned him that we left a child in the church. They were the sole survivor in the building. We didn't find anyone else.
I see. That's certainly troublesome, but I'm glad the child is all right. And you guys get back to this intersection, but before you turn back the way you came, you hear another explosive, loud sound coming from down from where it would be the other direction that you didn't go. And it echoes down the hallway and back, and it sounds even louder than it did before. But it doesn't seem to be closer than it did before. just that it was sort of in the same spot, but you have now gone in closer to the source.
Hmm.
And Alphen sort of shudders at this, and he says, huh. I mean, I guess I don't really know, but that almost sounds to me like a battle. I don't really know, though. It's possible there are survivors, but it also could be something a lot worse.
I'm curious. How's everyone doing on spells?
I don't know how
I
to
could be
tell.
better, but I'm not
I'm
bad.
gonna be honest. I forget how to tell how much I can cast. It's been 100 years.
Yeah. Here's a loaded question from 2 months ago.
Pop quiz. How many spells do you have left?
Yeah.
I'm doing pretty good.
We could direct.
I'm pretty much out.
No.
Oh.
I got some detect magics left. That's about it.
Mm.
We could investigate if everyone would like to. I'm curious, but I'm not the decision maker for all of us.
Alphen sort of looks down at the ground and he says, I know I can't really see him right now, but I do kind of want to see if my brother is safe. But he sort of falls silent after that.
Mm.
I do have a hope that it could be Aaliyah as well, but we could stumble into something bad.
This is definitely a predicament. I don't really feel any strong feelings toward either path. If we have to fight something, we have to fight something, but it's up to all of you.
I'm ready for another fight.
Innocent people, we owe them at least to check in on them and see. And if it's too big of an issue or too big of a problem to handle, we can always run.
Well, isn't this the Zentarum layer? Like, are there really innocent people down here? Aren't this is not me talking in character. I'm just asking, right? Like, aren't we in the bad guys' hideout?
I don't think that's a bad thing to address in character if you want to.
No, but I'm not even sure if that's right. So I'm asking.
That's pretty. That's right.
Is that
I think
like,
that
isn't
from
that where we
from what
are?
you know, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah. Zentarm's
Yeah.
also not like completely bad.
I mean, they keep
yeah.
trying
I mean,
to
do
kill us.
you say anything like that in character?
No, because she's nice. I'm just the asshole that's like Corella would want to help people. I'm like, are they really innocent? They keep, trying to murder us every time we go anywhere. I mean,
Oh, that's
don't-
true. Somebody did specifically say innocent. Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess
really what I'm addressing. I don't know that they're innocent.
Yeah.
Albrecht sort of pipes up and he says, well, yeah, it's sort of a tough situation. Can't really say that anybody in the Zentarum is particularly innocent, but at the same time, a lot of people just joined up because they believe that whatever cause they're fighting for is worth the means that the Zentarum typically, deals with. I mean,
Aaliyah wouldn't be here for nothing.
that's true.
Do you
For
think
what it's worth, I used to be part of the Zentarum as well, and, Alphen here seems like a decent enough fellow, and he's worked with them as well. And Alphen sort of pipes up and says, yeah, it's kind of complicated, but, my brother's never really done anything bad, at least as far as I know. And I think he's fighting for a good cause, so, I don't know. There could be good people. And there could be survivors, but I guess I don't know. I don't know where everybody went.
Do you think your sister's here? I asked Elijah.
I hope.
Well, if there's a chance that she could be here, I think then we should go and check it out. It would be remiss to not investigate it further and have you not find your sister because we didn't go down a corridor.
If there is a fight, and I would.
I always want to fight.
Well, there you go.
So, is
Yeah,
that the
let's go.
consensus then?
Fight.
we're going.
Kiss.
All right.
Fight.
Make out.
Kiss.
Do we move quick or stealthily?
I don't think it matters. I think Nora's gonna be loud either way.
Yeah. Does he say that?
I forgot about that.
I don't think Nora's got the
Albrecht,
self-awareness.
Yeah, he
to
doesn't-
say that.
Albrecht sort of looks at his plate armor as well, and he's like,
like
Yeah.
this big guy. We going stealth.
Yeah. Oh, I was just like, why would you suggest that?
to be fair, Albrecht says, "Well, I've talked about it before, but for what it's worth, I'm actually pretty good at being sneaky. I am at a bit of a disadvantage.
It's not
Literally,
good to
that is how it
lie.
works."
I can also cast
Albrecht-
pass
Albrecht-
without a trace.
Oh, true. That is a very good spell for stealth.
no, I do
Albrecht
imagine-
has a high stealth modifier. He just also wears plate armor.
I was gonna say,
Oh, there's something.
yeah, I was gonna say though, if you were to ask like, "Are y'all gonna sneak?" I imagine there was a scene where everyone just slowly turns as Albrecht, who asks, is standing next to Noir, and both of them in this like plate armor, just like
It's like, I don't know,
Are we
are
gonna
we?
Yeah.
Are we
Right, fair enough. Let's move. Then.
Let's go fast.
All right, so you all start sprinting down the hallways.
We all Naruto run.
I said I wasn't going to ask this again, but it has been 2 months, so I will. Are you checking for traps?
Well, okay, this is what I was gonna ask. Are we going back the exact way we came, or are we going down a new corridor?
You have already come all the way back down the way you came. So you are now at the original intersection. From your perspective, where you are right now, have you just arrived from where you came from? If you turn left, it heads straight back to the church. And if you go straight, it heads to a new area that you come up into.
But
If we go
closer
straight, it's the noise.
now. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. If I check for traps, are we going to be slowed down a bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
A little bit, yes. But
but we might
you
not
know,
die.
it's up to you.
It's true.
I think it's worth
Yeah.
checking if you want to
Oh.
check.
I'll keep an eye out.
And I
Okay,
can send my
then-
elementals ahead too.
All right. You send your methods ahead, and Elijah, I want you to make me a investigation check again.
Normal or advantage with those little guys?
Advantage again. Very nice. Yeah, you about, I want to say, well, first of all, so about 50 feet down this corridor, you immediately notice a tripwire, but the tripwire has been severed. It looks like either something. It doesn't look like it was a deliberate cut. It looks like something just went straight through it and broke it. And you can sort of see, based on a trap that you've run into before, that this seems like slots in the walls where perhaps darts would have shot out. But because it seems to be broken somehow, you're able to pass by it. But after another about 150 feet or so, you reach, you find a pressure plate, which you immediately notice. And you notice that another about 50 feet in front of you is another three-way intersection. But you notice this pressure plate, and you're able to either avoid it if you want to, or disable it if you think that's best.
I'll place a copper coin on it so we know what it is.
Roger, okay. Yeah, you place a copper coin on it. It's not enough to weigh it down. But it does, when you put the copper coin on it, it does go down a little. So you can sort of note just how sensitive these.
Very hair trigger.
Yeah, so it does not activate it, but it looks like a very insignificant amount of weight could activate.
I'm just waiting for Noir to be like, "Oh, a penny."
Oh no!
All right, so yeah, you all sort of avoid this trap. Alphen seems to be sort of moving right beside you, Elijah. As you've seen before, Alphen's very fast, so he's probably able to outpace you, but he's choosing to stay next to you to keep pace with the group, so
I
he
hate
doesn't
that.
run into any traps. And after you sort of get past this trap, you eventually make it to another three-way or I guess four-way, counting the way you just came, intersection. And as you're sort of standing there, you haven't heard the sound since the last time. Alphen says, well, I don't know my way around this place perfectly, but I believe left they have some like holding cells for any sort of prisoners they might have captured for whatever reason. I haven't really been down that way, but that's what I was told. Straight ahead is some more barracks, like we encountered before, and to the right, I believe, is it's where a lot of the more how do I put this? Planning goes into effect, I suppose. That's where a lot of the leaders would be. So, if I had to guess, that may be the right way to go, but I'm not sure.
Bellaman, we might need your help.
All right.
That's right, yeah. Bellman,
Bellman
you immediately, I won't make you make a check for it or anything, you immediately pick up on the tracks that you were following when you first came in. Because if you remember, when you first came in, there was a lot of footsteps.
Oh, right, I was tracking somebody.
Yes, and at one point, a lot of footsteps went to the left, and one set of footprints, which you assumed to be, or figured to be Alphin's, went to the right. So this is the path that a lot of footprints have gone. And when you get to this intersection, you notice that I'd say about a fifth of the tracks go left, a fifth of them go straight, and the other 3/5 go right. So there seemed to be some sort of divergence here, but a lot of the people went to the right.
Most went right. Few left. Few straight.
You count, I'd say about, in total, there were probably about 50 at the beginning. So you can count about 10 go one way, 10 go the other, and 30 go the other way.
Yeah. So 30 right, 10 forward, 10 left. Give or take a one-armed person or so. One-leg person or so.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's better to go the way that more people went, but I do wonder what the other people were doing.
It's been 2 months, so I don't remember. When Alphin talked about Elijah's sister working with the Centaur, did he really give us any information, or he just told us that she had been there and like he's met with her? And I guess what I mean by this question is like, is she in good with them, or would she be a prisoner? Is really what I'm trying to think about.
From what you understood, it seemed like at the very least she was not a prisoner. But you do know that Alphin's brother is who you believe to be the person who originally took his sister from Saburo. So and Alphin hasn't explicitly confirmed that, but he has stated that he has been to the Saburo Islands. So you sort of assumed it, and you can ask him outright if you want to. But at the very least, from what Alphin talked about, it seemed like it was not implied that she was a prisoner.
I think it's worth checking out the other two passageways if we're looking for a person of interest, such as Elijah's sister. We should really make sure that she's not elsewhere if there's danger ahead. It's just what I think, anyway.
All right. Then which way do you think we should go first?
Perhaps the planning room. If we find nothing or we hear the noise, we can go towards the barracks.
All right, so...
was the planning room where...
The planning room is where most of the people went.
Right.
Oh.
So I think that's where it might be the fight, is what I think maybe, but I don't know.
I agree.
I think we should go straight or left, but I don't know if we should go to the prisoner place or the barracks place. I mean, in retrospect, if we go to see the prisoners and they're all in a cage or whatever, like, no one can really attack us there. Versus if we go to the barracks, there might be people there that we might have to confront.
Can I communicate, like, can I understand the methods at all if I were to ask them to, like, scope things out and come back?
Oh yeah, you can
feel
send
like-
them down like each path.
Yeah, I got
That is
3.
a phenomenal question.
Big
I don't know if I
Um,
can.
Can you remind me of what exact spell it was that you used?
Conjure minor elementals.
Excellent.
Yeah. I don't see it. It says I can command them, but it doesn't say I can like necessarily communicate.
Let's see.
You speak an elemental language, don't you? I forget.
Actually, do speak a language per se.
Yes.
I speak
You
Celestial and
mental-
Druidic.
Can you speak to the big vape?
That
That fly?
Yes, I don't know if they're air
Any verbal
elementals.
commands you issue to them if you don't issue any commands. It
Yeah.
does. I will say that. Well, let's see.
I think they were air elementals because they puffed into
They were-
smoke or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
they were
Yeah.
smoke methods.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
Okay, I wasn't
and
sure if it'd be
smoke
air or
methods-
like fire.
Smoke methods speak Aran and Ignan.
Then never mind.
Which
Nope.
are well, Aran and Ignan are variations on primordial, I believe. Basically, it's
Celestial.
the primordial language is like the elemental languages. So primordial is sort of the all-encompassing language, but it splits into Aquan, Orin, Ignan, and Terran.
I don't think
which
she
is obviously
knows any of those.
water, air, fire, and earth.
Yeah, primordial is Latin.
Yeah.
You'd think that as an
Um,
air elemental, I'd know air elementals, and we did kind of do. Oh, why is it asking me can't cast the thing? No
don't-
cast.
Don't you speak? I'm pretty sure you do speak Orin. If
I
I'm-
don't have it written down, but maybe let me
you
check roll
you
20.
spoke to the
or
fire guy, I
D&D.
think, which is why I'm all confused. I know you talked to someone
Yeah,
once.
I'm pretty
We
sure.
did. That may have been a special thing.
I'm gonna make a ruling here because it's always been ambiguous to me. I'm gonna say that if you speak primordial, you can talk to Aquan, Orin, Ignan, and Terran. There might be a bit of a barrier, so
do.
it might not be like the same sense of like being fluent in the language, but you can at least understand and talk to them.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's the case.
Oh my god, I was looking at my languages are split into 2, so I was looking at the bottom one. So I do speak primordial. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
I was looking at the wrong line. Okay.
I will say that yes, you can communicate with these smoke methods.
Excellent. I would like to send each one of them down a different hallway and report back to me.
Okay.
I'll just
You
do
have
like
to
a
give
little
them
mini
pretty
huddle with
explicit
them.
orders. So how
Yes.
far do you tell them to go?
I want to do like a little group huddle with them and be like, all right, guys, game plan. I need each one of you to go down a hallway until you see something of great importance or you see people, and then come back to me and tell me how many people you see / what they're doing. Is that too specific?
So you're telling them to go until they see people and come back and tell you how many people they saw.
And what the people are doing. Or more so what the people are doing rather than how many they see. I want to know what they're
Okay.
doing. Yeah.
Um,
Hopefully that's good.
Yeah, and they might not be able to perfectly commune exactly, but they sort of
Yeah.
seem to understand, and they all go off down the 3 hallways. How long do you wait for them to come back?
Maybe
I guess how do
give
we
them a
know
few
how
minutes.
long?
Yeah, until we hear
Yeah.
anything again, I guess.
Yeah.
When
Maybe
they
5.
poof, do they make an audible sound?
How long is a short rest?
It's
An hour.
30. Oh.
Okay.
And to answer your question, Pinky, they don't really make an audible poof, but they do explode into smoke.
Are you?
Um,
Is a spellcaster aware whenever they're like familiar or something?
I'm gonna say no because it doesn't say that.
Yeah.
So no, you do not know if they're gone or not.
Do I know how long it's been since I summoned them? Roughly?
Yeah, I will say it's probably been about, I want to say 20 minutes. You still got a good 40 minutes.
All right. Half an hour to see.
Actually,
if
it's probably been, if you came all the way back that way, probably about 30 minutes. So you got 30 minutes left.
I give them 25 minutes.
Okay, so you want to wait a full 25 minutes.
If that's okay with you guys. I got like half juice left on these guys, but if we wait around for about 20-25 minutes for them to come back, I asked them to kind of.
How about this? I'll pass time 5 minutes at a time, and you can
Yeah.
decide.
Yeah, I
who
was
you
gonna
wanna start.
say.
Yep,
yeah.
that works.
I also,
Yeah.
I will also. I
Alright.
guess I'll go off alone and scout with.
Nora's gonna just take a short rest.
Yeah.
He's just gonna
Okay,
sit in the middle.
I will say
Gonna sit in the middle of the.
if you
the
want to
hall.
get a full short rest, you will have to be there for a full hour.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. You're welcome. You're welcome to like.
I'm gonna
as
chill
long
and see
as
if we
you-
get that long. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, and
respect
you don't have
that.
to be like actually resting to get a short
Yeah.
rest. You just have to be kind of not doing anything for.
Yeah. Nora's not.
He's good at
participating
not
in
doing
the-
anything sometimes.
So all right. So which path are you going down then, Scoop?
I'm gonna go down towards one where. Well, Alphan, which do you think would be the best for me to investigate? I don't.
I really don't know, to be honest. I'm kind of as lost here as you are. I mean, I know the 3 different areas, but there's
check
no
out-
way for me to know who is where, if anywhere.
I'll check out the planning room, and I guess I'll roll for stealth and I guess investigation as well, so I don't trigger any traps too.
Okay, yep, perfect. Make me a stealth check and an investigation check. The rest of you are waiting here. All right.
Yeah, for now, for the next 5 minutes, I guess. If you keep
Yeah,
checking in
alright.
on us,
Sweet.
I'll let you know.
I'm gonna be
Okay.
really jealous. I'm like, man, I can summon spirit guardians, but I don't even think they have mouths, so I don't think I can talk to
I
them.
don't think they have mouths.
Oh.
Maybe they know sign language.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. So, Elijah, you head down this path. 5 minutes pass for the rest
Does
of you.
Alpin go any direction, or does he hang out with them?
Alphin seems to be staying behind, but you figure if you ask him, he may come with you.
Before I leave, Alphin, are you good at scouting? Would you mind checking one of the other directions?
Oh, sure. I guess I can.
Unless you're uncomfortable with it, you can stay with them all you like, but I just want to cover all our bases. I don't want to arrive too late.
Yeah, it's no worries. I probably won't go too far because I don't really want to end up alone again. But
No.
yeah, I'm pretty good at sneaking around, so I should be good.
Okay. We don't engage. If we see anything, we come back.
Yep. All right. Let me check something real quick. Dang, sheets are working. Do, 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 do. Okay. All right. Where is the button? All right. You both go off in different directions. You go towards the planning room, right?
Yeah.
He heads towards the barracks. And you both head off. And about 5 minutes passes for the rest of you guys. Nothing seems to come back yet. Do you guys keep waiting?
Yeah, I'll wait. I'm gonna sit with Noir.
All right.
We're just chilling.
Yeah, I gave you a
and-
snack.
Oh, we snacking. We having like a picnic in this
Fruit
disgusting.
snacks, vibing.
We're just vibing, just chilling.
I will-
and vibing.
Just
will
feeding
tell
our
you-
murder machine, you know.
I will tell you what happens with you, Elijah. After.
Our friend's gonna die.
Oh,
No, I
God.
just mean I don't want to like tell you things and then
Have it
influence
decide.
the rest of the group.
Yeah.
You know?
Guys, I just got a DM.
I will say, if no one comes back, I will probably go one of the directions. If after like what the 25 minutes Pluto said, like if it's still nobody, it's gonna
Yeah.
make me worried. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
All right. After 10 minutes, the smoke method from the left comes back. and it comes straight to you, Pluto, and it communes to you that it saw.
Oh, well, I was going down the corridor, and I saw one person, and it was he was this person. He was in a cell, and it was the only one I saw. And I came back.
I like that he's a pirate.
Yar.
Look like? What did it look like? What did the person look like?
Yeah, I'm not very good with those kind of descriptions.
Fair. All right, thanks, bud. Thanks, friend. And I'll relay that to everyone else.
He's like smoking a cigar.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's like a mob boss.
You come to me and you ask
am I
me how many
supposed to know
people are in
that?
this hallway.
I love it. Oh, thank you.
They call me the Don.
Call me this da-da-da. All right, and then about and all right, so you have this information. Do you keep waiting for the other ones, or do you do something else?
I kind of want to see who the one prisoner is. We just know it's one person. The elemental had no descriptors, right? Just one person in a cage, basically.
Did you specify like guy, or was
No,
he just
literally, he's like
Person.
a person.
Yeah.
I
that's the
don't
best you
really
can
know
do.
the difference.
There is a humanoid thing in
Yeah,
that
he's like, you all look
direction.
the same
Yeah.
to me. I don't know. I think Ella's gonna want to go. I don't know if anybody else wants to go.
Split the party too much, but
If it's one person,
mhm.
and if that's
In a
not a
cage.
lie, I literally have no plan to have a long conversation with this person. I literally want to stick my head in and see if they look like Elijah, and if it looks like Elijah, like Elijah's sister, right? If it's like a tiefling lady, then I will talk to her. If not, I'm gonna peace out of there.
Can we do buddy system maybe, just in case?
I'm saying what I'm gonna do. Anybody is welcome to come with me. If you want to come, you can tag along. I'm going to go. So anybody want to come with me, they can come with me.
I'm gonna stay here and wait for the other mob bosses to come back. But I think it would maybe be a good idea if someone went with her, just in case.
I'll go.
Me and Harmony can go. I'll hold hands with Harmony and slowly walk down the hallway.
Adorable. Perfect. All right.
And you're the only ones that are going?
Nor's sitting and eating a snack, so I don't.
Yeah.
He's doing his rest.
Doing my rest. Gotta
I
be
don't
ready
think
for the
Bellaman
fight
would
that
care.
comes.
Yeah, Bellaman.
All right.
This is Bellaman is in the I am in a viper's pit surrounded by vipers. Oh God.
I
Yeah.
have like no investigation, but I think I would do my best to look for traps. But clearly, my best would not be as good as Elijah's best.
All right. You can make me investigation or perception.
Which is higher for me? Oh, perception. Oh yeah, let's do that.
Nice.
Okay. And just give me one moment, please. This isn't related to your trap.
Yeah, I can't wait to die. It's fine. It's great.
Yep. All right. Character dies, then you bring in Ella's twin sister, Bella.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. I am Ella's long lost twin sister, Bella.
Wait, why do I have a twin sister now?
Because you said time for me to die, and I was like, and that's when we introduced the new character.
I'm kind of insulted you think I lack that much creativity. Ouch.
Ow.
I actually have a second D&D character that I could join as. I just need to finish like rolling their stats or whatever, but I have someone if Ella just dies, there will be someone else.
Forbidden words.
I know. I don't want her to die. I'm just saying. I will protect her with as much gusto as I can.
There we go. This is what I wanted.
I need to draw a new Harmony. I don't like looking at this old art down here. Oh.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Cloud Candy.
It turns out I know the spell Find Traps. I just never prepare it.
It's because we're always with Elijah, I guess.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, sweet. Okay, you guys, you head down this way. And what did you make? 17. Very nice. So you head down this path, and you actually don't really notice any traps at all. And not too long after going down, you eventually come across a sort of line of cages, or sort of cells, I guess. They're not like loose cages; they are cells built into the walls. And you notice that a lot of them are empty, and in fact, a lot of them are like just open. But you do notice, and you do notice first of all that about 4 cells in on the right, there is a body slumped up against the wall, which seems to be wearing the sort of typical Zentarum gear. But it looks a bit nicer than a lot of the grunts that you fought in the past. You figure maybe this is a slightly higher rank.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice a very like conspicuous keychain hanging off the side of this person, like by their belt. And just right across from that body, you notice a cell where you see a individual sort of leaning up against the back wall in this cell, and they look like this, because this pit crew is extremely useful.
Yeah. Oh, is that why we were waiting?
Yes. They look like this.
Oh, a friend, maybe.
Oh, they're handsome.
Friend or foe?
Wonderful.
He looks up and he says,
You don't look like Elijah.
you don't really look like you're Zentarum folk. What are you doing down here?
I could say the same for
McCree?
you. McCree.
It's high noon.
I instantly fall in love. I could say the same for you. What brought you to a dark dungeon such as this?
Well, I just figured it was a good place to get a nice meal. Maybe meet some new people. I'm a prisoner.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're on the Zentarum's good side, but but in general, neither am I. So, good to hear. Yeah, any enemy of my enemy, I suppose, could be my friend. What's your name, stranger?
He sort of, hold on. He sort of looks at you and scratches his beard, and he says, Jeremiah, nice to meet you. But tell me, you plan on letting me out of here, or just gonna walk away? Because to be honest, if you're not, just leave me alone. Rather just go back to sleep.
I mean, it doesn't sound like you really want to leave, if that's the case.
I do, but I also saw that man murdered in front of my eyes, so I kind of figure maybe it's actually safer in here.
How did he die?
Well, he sort of scratches his chin and he says, one dude who I thought was working with him just sort of went insane and killed him. He sort of teared into him like a monster. But, well, he's dead and the other one's gone, so hell if I know.
Can I do a perception check just to see if he's, being forthright and whatnot?
That would be insight, and yes.
Insight, sorry.
Hard to tell, but he doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay. I use Mage Hand to get the keys off of that guy's hip without having to go inside that creepy cage or whatever.
Oh, the guy with the keys is not in a cage. He's outside of the.
I don't want to touch him, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
I'm still
I'm like,
using mage hand.
Yeah. Yeah. You pull
He
off
can
the.
jump up and get ya.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, he's
you pull
spooky.
off the keys. And nothing seems to happen. They come straight to you.
I look at Harmony and I ask her what she thinks.
Real quick, did you get put into jail because you're like a murderer or particularly violent or mean?
Are you asking me if I've ever killed anyone?
I mean, like, you know what I mean. Look, all of us. Sometimes, you know, you accidentally kill a guy, and you know you didn't want to, but I mean,
Yeah. Well, I guess it's easy to say I'm sort of in the same boat. I've certainly taken a life or two, but I don't go out of my way to do it, if that's what you're asking.
Perla, I don't know how to judge this. We've also killed people.
That's true, yes. I want to pat her on the head. Jeremiah, I have no quarrel with you. My friends and I are probably going to venture further into this area, but you know, if you wish to leave, far be it from me to keep you here. And she would, you know, go to use the keys and let him out of his cage.
You unlock this cage, and he just sort of slowly stands up and walks out. And he doesn't even seem to he doesn't seem to thank you or even really look at you. He just sort of walks out and reaches down to the body and picks up a dagger by its side and sort of puts it in his pocket and says, well, nice to be out. Thanks for the help.
Uh-oh. That's a bad sign.
He says, so, what are you here for?
A friend of mine is looking for his sister. We suspect she might be somewhere in this town. Then all that chaos happened above ground, as you may or may not be aware. I'm not sure how long you were down here for. We're currently investigating that loud explosion. But I regret to inform you I'm not quite sure what that is as well.
Well, if I may offer my advice, probably dead. But on the off chance she's not, I wish you luck. And he just starts walking back the way you came.
All right. I mean, I'll follow him, avoiding the trap that we saw or whatever on the way back.
Yeah, and he seems to notice this trap as well and move around it. And he eventually, after about another 5 minutes, the rest of the group, you see this man who you've never seen before, as well as Ella and Harmony sort of come back. And neither of the other smoke methods returned yet. It has now been a total of 15 minutes.
Who's this guy?
He sort of looks a little startled by the size of your group, and he says, oh, that's interesting. Name's Jeremiah. And as he sort of walks up, Albrecht looks at this guy and says, oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, do you know
Friend of
each other?
yours?
He says, and you see Jeremiah sort of walk up and say, hey, Albrecht, nice to see you again. And he sort of walks up and pats Albrecht on the back. And Albrecht looks very uncomfortable. And Albrecht says, yes, this is Jeremiah. He broke in here about, oh shit, it must have been probably about 3 months ago. He says, see, you've grown a beard in that time. And he sort of scratches his chin and he says, I'll tell you what, he gave us hell. Basically fucked up everything we had planned for weeks. I still don't really know the reason he did it, but I'll tell you what, he gave me a damn headache. But he says, but I mean, I'm not working with the Zentarum anymore, so I guess I'm fine with him being here. And he sort of looks at him, and Jeremiah looks a little shocked by this, and he says, "Oh, you just left the Zentarum like that?" And Albrecht says, "Well, it's sort of complicated, but yeah, I did." And Jeremiah laughs and he says, "Well, good on you then." And he says, "Well, that was a nice reunion. I'll be seeing you later." And he starts walking back the way all of you came.
We'll regret this in like 2 chapters.
Good luck.
No, this is fine.
I love him.
He seems nice.
And he.
I imagine
He's nice.
whenever.
He's
Yeah,
nice.
honestly, I imagine the way he walks away, like when anime characters are really lazy like that, they like put their arms behind their head and they like lean
It's
back.
probably
and
like
walk.
Bash the Stampede.
It is exactly like
I
that.
love him. I love him.
Yeah, you see him disappear.
I'll see you later.
He's cool.
I'm glad we let him out.
Yeah.
He was
And
fun.
since we saved him now, he'll like mysteriously appear later and save us.
Or murder us, you know. Who can
That's what I
say?
say.
Hey.
Hey, really?
He's gonna mysteriously show up above a trap we fallen into and been like, "Yeah, I sold y'all out for a bag of Cheetos. Have fun."
Yeah. If he fucks us, he fucks us.
Yeah, it's too late now. It's done. It's done.
He's hot.
Oh no, he's hot.
No, he's hot.
Oh no, he's hot.
Albrecht says, "Well, that was certainly interesting, but what do we do now? The other two haven't come back yet."
Which two? Nora's completely just not paying any attention.
Well, the Mephits and
Elijah
Alfred and Elijah.
Yeah.
So the other 4, technically.
How many minutes did you say? 15?
15 minutes have passed.
Has it only been 15 minutes since they left?
We're
Yes,
very
it is the
fast.
15.
They're short corridors.
Nora's still gotta
This
keep
corridor
chilling.
was fairly short, the one you went down.
Nora's like
I'll wait a
halfway through
little.
his sandwich or whatever. I mean,
You figure perhaps the other ones are longer because they haven't come back yet. Or who knows?
Or they're dead, you know.
Backpack.
I'll wait with Nora a little while longer.
All right. I am going to go use the restroom real quick because I've been drinking a whole bottle of water. But then when I get back, I will tell you what happened at the next 5 minutes.
Okay.
Good too. One second.
Guys, I'm dead.
I'll be sure to cry over your body. Lots of hysterical
I might.
crying. I might.
He got mad while talking to me a handful of times.
I
He
really wanted
say
Elijah's sister to
something.
be here. I hope she's on one of the other corridors.
Yeah, I hope she is in the fight or something.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
not
I didn't want to
there.
not check and then have her be in the one place we didn't check her. so
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Once we like headed back, and then he said we heard another boom.
Mm.
Yeah,
make-
that's DMQ for are you sure you want to leave? There's other stuff
Yeah.
in here. I'm very invested in Elijah finding his sister.
What was that you cut out?
Oh, I said I'm very invested in Elijah finding his sister.
Me too. Weirdly enough.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, honestly.
It'd be the weirdest if everyone's like, "I'm into this," and you were the one to be like, I mean, whatever. You're like, what?
Whatever.
It's like, no, we gotta get your sister. Do we though?
Yeah, she's all right.
I mean, she's fine, I guess.
Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right. So
Do what you want.
so 5 more minutes pass by, and eventually, Alphen and the smoke method that you sent north come back, and Alphen sort of looks kind of distraught, but he walks back. He looks a little disheveled and out of it.
Wait, was Allie not with him?
No.
I went the other way.
They went different.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Elijah really died.
Yeah. Alfred comes back and he says, I didn't find any living people down that way, but definitely found a lot of bodies.
Oh no. I'm so sorry you had to
and-
see that.
Yeah. He looks kind of disheveled, but he sort of slaps his face, and he says, like like the little double slap thing. And then he says,
the classic.
but I'm good. I'm good. Well, have any of the other? He sort of looks at the other method and stops and says, oh, so I guess only Elijah and the other method haven't come back yet, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like it.
Reg, are you gonna park here for the whole hour?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I have a feeling we're fighting once we leave, so I want to make sure I have the health so I don't have to waste a heal on myself when I can heal someone else.
Just as a reminder, I do have 3 minor potions as well.
Sure.
But spells are spells.
Yeah. So do you guys let another 5 minutes pass?
I'm
Yes,
okay with
I
that.
do.
All right. So after this, the full 25. Wait, is that 20? Yes, the full 25 minutes have passed. And Elijah and the other method have not come back yet.
Elijah's fucking dead. Oh no.
Elijah, you have gone down this corridor for a while.
Yeah.
And it has actually had some twists and turns, but no intersections. And after about 25 minutes, you still have not found anybody yet. And you've been moving kind of slow because you've been checking for traps and everything. Which you did find multiple traps that you were able to disarm and
continue to. Well, I wouldn't have spent time disarming. I just put
sorry.
on them all.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But yeah, you sort of point out these traps, and after about 25 minutes, all of you hear another explosion. Sound like some huge burst of sound. Especially to you, Elijah, it sounds very loud. You figure it's probably only another 200 feet down the corridor, give or take. But the rest of you hear this as well as it echoes down the hall. What do all of you do?
So it took him 25 minutes to get to where he's at, and he's still not actually 100% there, right?
Yes, but he also he was moving slowly because he was finding and pointing out traps with copper coin.
Right.
But the rest of you, from your perspective, you have heard this large explosion, and Elijah has not come back yet.
I want him to come back, but I know he's not gonna come back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, at hearing the explosion, like Bella's gonna stand up and like stretch and be like, oh, "Let's go save the idiot."
I'm already here.
And start to do like, and he's like, he's not. There's no like rush in his walk, but he's definitely just started to walk down that tunnel.
Wow, that means that he loves Elijah because he wants to go save him.
The first to my aid.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay, well, I'd get up then, and then can go on with the crew.
Yeah.
You can continue your rest sitting on the goat, can't you?
Just meditate on top of the goat.
Yeah, I have ruled. We've ruled with that you're not allowed to.
Yeah, you gotta sit
Yeah.
in place and like relax.
I was gonna say, yeah. Otherwise, it'd be like, our Lord meditates on the goat. Oh Lord, smite them. Red just walks up, smites, attacks them. They have
Yeah.
died.
Well, the thing is, too, is, like, if he waits, right, each turn is like a minute when you're in a
Yeah.
fight. So, like, if he needs 30 more minutes and we get into a fight, he just wouldn't be in
Yeah.
our fight, right? Like, when
No, I would just not be there, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, let's just all go.
let's go. One of our friends journeyed alone, so we must catch up.
He always does this to us, though. Always. This is like his MO.
If he gets in trouble in the fight, I won't be healing him. That's fine.
No, let him
Yeah, no,
perish.
no. Let him pay for his actions.
So the rest of you start heading towards
we
Elijah.
would be looking out for the coins that he's been placing,
Yes,
though.
and you see them, and you're able to sort of move past them at a much faster pace than perhaps you would be able to. However, Elijah, what do? You've heard this explosion sound. You keep going? All right.
And unless I hear like definitive screams, I'm gonna keep checking for traps and putting coins down.
Okay, so you're no longer checking for traps?
No, I am.
On doing that.
Yeah, unless I hear like people
Oh,
screaming
okay, I
in a
got you.
fight, then I'll stop and move faster.
Okay, you keep moving, and you do encounter one more trap. But I will say your check from before was high enough, and you notice it and are able to put another coin on this pressure plate. You've noticed that there have been way more traps down this corridor than the entire rest of the way. The rest of you notices as well. You see tons of traps, tripwires, pressure plates. There's like some traps that are like there's some light filtering through a like hole, and it seems based on the coins around it, you figure that if you were to interrupt that light somehow, it would trigger something. There are a lot of different traps. Elijah, you continue to move forward. And after about 200 feet, you turn and you see that this is the first time in a while it is actually branched off in two different directions. And that it keeps going straight, but on your right, there is a slight, small hallway that leads to a very large sort of wood and iron door.
Okay.
That is closed. And it's very large. What do you do?
Is there any light coming up from between any cracks or the bottom?
No, but I don't know why I didn't mention this immediately. You see this, but you do notice as well, in front of the door, there are about 3 bodies in front of it that look like the same sort of Zentarum bodies that you've seen before. But, well, that's all you can really tell from the distance you're at right now. You'll get closer if you want to investigate them more.
Okay. Was this the only direction, or was there another branching off?
There is the hallway continues straight in a direction, but based on the sound you just heard, it sounds like it came from likely behind these doors.
There. Okay. Are the bodies moving at all?
They don't seem to be.
Okay. I have faith that I'm sneaky enough that if they even are, I might be able to squeeze past them. Maybe or is the corridor a little too small?
It is probably about the corridors that you've been traveling through for most of the way have been about 25 feet wide. But this little corridor is probably about 10 feet wide, I'd say. So it's definitely smaller.
I'm gonna keep moving forward and open the door if I can. If they get up, I'm gonna disengage.
All right. You move forward, and as you sort of get close to these bodies, they don't get up or anything. But as you look at them, they are. It's noticeably different than a lot of the other bodies you come across. The bodies that you came across when you first came in seem to have these sort of slashes through them that were extremely rotted away. And the bodies that you eventually came across that were attacking you seem to have like these black eyes and black veins. And you notice that there are some signs of that on these bodies as well, but you notice that they are riddled with arrows and some other and like cuts. And one of them even looks like it has like burn marks on it.
Does it look like they've exploded like the others?
Oh, no, it does not.
No. That's fine. I'm still gonna move.
Okay. You go to open the door. Are you trying to do this stealthily? Because it is a very, very large door. It will be hard to do so, but it is possible.
First of all, is it locked?
And obviously, I will say as well, there's a chance it's impossible depending on if somebody's right on the other side of the door. But you can at least try and make it as quiet as possible.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
is it locked? I mean, you can't tell without checking it, I guess.
I'll get up on it and check for traps and see if it's locked.
Make me a investigation check.
Oh, not 20.
Okay.
Look
It
at
is. It is not locked. And you are able to, and I will say with a nat 20 investigation check, you sort of check the hinges and you kind of figure a pretty good way that you could lift this door in a way where it would be completely silent. So I will give you advantage on a sleight of hand check to open it silently.
I'll do that then.
Don't whiff it.
With advantage. No, yeah, I got high sleight of hand.
2 ones. No, I'm
30.
kidding.
All
Oh,
right.
Jesus.
He can do anything.
superhero.
I'm rolling good today. Besides that one.
All right.
I am a skill
moment.
monkey.
Need to find something. There we go. This is what. Wait. Okay, here we go. Just got this. Sorry, I'm not quite as prepared as I usually am with this stuff because I'm still kind of getting back to some of it.
Cool.
All right, you very, very silently open this door, and as you do, you immediately notice that there is a sort of another about 30 feet of corridor and then an opening into a very large room. And from the angle you are looking at, first of all, you notice there is a lot of bodies. There you see probably about just right in front of you, you see about 15 of them. And they are sort of smacked against the walls, and you notice they're covered in burn marks. But even further into the room, you notice a lot more bodies, and you can see an active fight going on. However, despite the amount of bodies, you only see one person fighting. One, or rather, I guess you see 2 people. One fighting, and one looks like one of the sort of zombie-like creatures that you've encountered, and it seems to be just fighting it with a dagger. And this individual is cloaked, so you can't really see their face.
And there's just one enemy in the room.
Well, there's 2 people.
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
One zombie. Whatever.
Yeah, and they seem to be fighting, but you can't see a lot of the room from this angle. So that is all you can currently see.
Okay. Can I get closer and see if I can make out who this person might be? Do they have a hood on?
Yes, they have a hood on that seems to be obscuring their face.
Okay.
You move further in?
Yeah, I'll move further in and see if I can see around the room at all. If they look like they're in imminent danger, then I'll take a shot with my short bow. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stay back and look.
Let me think about it. Okay, you start to head inside, and as you do, you take a few steps, and you're still being stealthy. Correct? What was your stealth? 23. Okay. Okay. You sort of very, very stealthily move into the room. And the figure fighting the other figure doesn't seem to notice you. And you sort of come up closer, and you eventually get to the edge of the room where you notice immediately that the room is filled with even more of these bodies. And there are large, like blast marks, like you saw. In fact, you can still see it technically if you're looking at your screen. Sort of like this, and they're everywhere. And you notice immediately upon you come in that there are actually, other than this one individual, you see two other people who are sort of standing ready, but neither of them seem to immediately notice you, and you sort of move up to the edge of this room, and after well, what do you do? Do you continue to move in, or I will say that if you move any further into the room, it will be hard to stay stealthy.
Yeah, I want to get just as close as I can to maybe roll a perception and see if I can tell if any of them maybe have like a tail or might be horned or something like that.
I will go ahead and tell you the two that are on either side. Only one of them is wearing a cloak. The other one actually is just not wearing any sort of like cloak or anything obscuring their face. And the one that's not obscuring their face at all, it almost throws you off guard for a second, but you immediately recognize this is the person that you saw years ago with your sister. And they do bear a striking resemblance to Alphen. They have sort of blonde hair and green eyes. And hold on to me. I will just pull this up because convenience. They look like this. And the other person is also wearing a cloak. But I will say, if you are specifically looking for a tail, make me a perception check. If you're looking for a tail or horns.
Perception.
Oh.
You don't see anything resembling a tail or horns or anything, but you really can't tell because of the cloak. So there could be, there could not be. It's hard to say.
All right. I'm gonna stay hidden, and if the person who's fighting with the knife do I recognize their movements? Like their fighting style, maybe. Do I think
Explain
it might
exactly
be,
what you mean by that.
Do I think it might be the way I've seen Aaliyah fight? If not, I'm just gonna stay back.
I will say no. But you would know better than anybody, and I would say that none of these three people seem to be fighting like your sister does. In fact, one of them, you notice, has a crossbow. The one that's hooded, that's not currently in combat, has a crossbow that's by their feet, as if they're not using it, and they are just sort of holding out their hands. And the other one is using two scimitars, which is sort of similar to how your sister fights, but they don't seem to be using the same sort of techniques that your sister used. And the other person is well, let me think about this. Would they? Yeah, I will just say currently they seem to be holding a spear. The person that this guy.
I'm gonna wait a second, see if they dispatch the zombie creature, and then I'm gonna probably decide to turn back and gather my friends.
Well, I will say and around this time, the rest of you turn the corner to this door in this room. And I will wait
I
for.
just imagine Nor
Ella to get
coming up behind Allie and being like, "What you looking at?"
So you guys are
Pots and pans.
about I'd say about 60 feet away from Elijah currently, who is right at the edge of the room past the door, because there's about another 30 feet past the door that before that opens up into the big room.
Important note, though, do we see Elijah?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I guess that really depends. Elijah, are you like only hiding in the front, or and just like not care about something sneaking?
I doubt I would have hidden from the back. If you're running up on me, maybe it depends on the person is putting me in his head, but you might see me like crouch somewhere, my tail snaking around.
I will say that if you guys are coming up from behind him, you can probably see him.
And with my 3 perception, I most likely didn't hear them.
Yes. I will wait for. Is Ella?
Yes.
Perfect. To recap what I just said, basically, you all just arrived to where Elijah is. You're about 60 feet away from him, because there's about 30 feet before the door and 30 feet after the door, and he's right at the edge of the large room.
I'm just gonna be sitting here watching.
And you can all see him, but he is still stealthing currently.
Got it. Thank you.
So what do you do?
Keep walking that way. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
No,
So you
I
all-
go say. No, I said if Belle sees Elijah a butt head, it's like clearly hiding. Belle's gonna stop.
Okay. Where are you waiting at?
I mean, like if I see him ahead. So wait, where there's a hallway, a doorway, more
Yes,
passage,
so-
and him
so
behind
basically,
the
the hallway you came down turns right or keeps going, and the right hallway is smaller. It's about 10 feet wide, and there's about 30 feet of 10-foot hallway before a door, and then another 30 feet past the door that sort of opens up into this large room.
Is it like a domed chamber?
Yes.
Okay.
And for you, Elijah, I will note that all of you can actually see there is at the back room, straight across from the door, there is a sort of throne looking like very large, gratuitously large chair. But Elijah, you can also see on various sides of the room there are tables that seem to have some maps and stuff on them, but a lot of them are knocked over or split in half or even burned up.
Any other exits?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
So, but can we see that the people in the chamber besides Elijah?
You can see one person who is currently in combat.
It sounds like we can move forward a little without being seen, right? If it's all in a hallway for 60 feet, couldn't we get closer to where the second door inside?
I will just say that you don't know. Maybe, but maybe not. You can't really tell how much this person directly in front of you is perceiving because you can't even see his face. But he does seem to be locked in combat for what it's worth, but you don't know.
And are we just gonna sit and watch this person get beat up a bunch? What is the plan?
The person does not seem to be in too much strife, but they also seem to be only dealing small blows to it at a time.
Yeah.
I'm also unaware that you guys are behind as well.
Haven't seen who's fighting yet.
I will note as well.
You guys can only see the one person. I think the other people are branched out, right?
Yes, none of you can see the other two people.
I point my finger and I cast message at Elijah. And I basically just inform him that we're here. Elijah, we're behind you. What's going on in that room?
I look behind me. And I see everybody. I think I found Elfin's brother. Looks like he's traveling with 2 others.
I'd relay the information to Alphen. I'd say.
As you turn to relay this information to Alphen, Alphen is gone.
Alphen's the worst.
I will say he did explicitly say that if you found other people, he would hide. So he might be nearby, but you don't know where he is.
I hope he heard that.
I hope he didn't flake that he is. I don't know. All right.
He didn't seem to have a pretty for whatever it is. He seems very insistent on.
I thought he was trying to find his brother. Is he not trying to find his brother?
He wanted to make sure his brother was okay, but he is from what he has said, he thinks that bad things will happen if he comes back to them without the thing he was supposed to come back with, whatever that is.
Yeah, I know his life is complicated.
And he said it would cause trouble for Alphen as well. So he didn't want to.
Did he confirm his brother's name with me? Because I have
yes,
in my
he did.
notes.
His name is Agrin.
Yeah, that's why we kind of followed him or whatever.
Yes.
I basically just asked Elijah if we should hang back or not. Like to give me a hand signal or something.
Yeah, what's going on up there? I can't see.
Can I hear Nor from this distance?
Gonna smack my hand over his mouth.
Yeah.
So you do that, Nor?
Yeah. Yeah, I assume he's loud. He's not stealthy.
Elijah, make me a perception check.
Oh no, another. Boop. Not a 1.
You don't notice any discernible change in the way the 3 people inside this room are behaving. They don't seem to turn towards the door at all.
I wave everyone over to me. And I will, I guess I'll unstealth and come out of cover. But I'll have my hands outwards. Well, where you can see them, not as if, like, I have my hands up. Just, like, coming out of cover.
Okay. And did the rest of you come up to Elijah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I follow the signal.
Yeah.
Give me just a moment, please.
But yeah, this guy's pulling the Majima.
As you all sort of come up behind Elijah, immediately as you step into this area that is beyond the door in the room, the door behind you slams shut, and the Elijah right in front of you, a huge portcullis that you could not see before at all slams down in front of you, and right as this happens, the cloaked figure in front of you just slices the head clean off of the thing it was fighting, like it was nothing. And all 3 of the people in the room turn towards the gate.
Wow, who would have known the exploding was a trap?
Sup?
Yeah.
What do you all do?
It doesn't sound like we can do a lot.
Yeah.
I leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I walk out of the trap.
I'm like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah,
I just stand silently and watch them.
I cast teleport and go home.
I mean, I could leave actually. The rest of you would be fucked though.
You can take one person with you with Dimension Door, right?
Yeah, I pick Harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so they're all still cloaked, Carson?
Well, yes, but as this happens, first of all, actually, I should check this. This is interesting. I need to make sure this is thing.
Bum, 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 bum.
'Cause this is an interesting question.
Darth Maul and Obi-Wan drop out of the sky.
Oh God.
Okay, I will say I want Ella,
No.
Harmony, and Pluto. I want you all to make an Arcana check.
You got it.
I'm not smart.
Hey, I'm the smart
All right,
one.
I will say that it's kind of hard to notice just from nothing. But Ella, you are able to pick up on it. You feel any semblance of magic drop out of you. You don't feel like you can cast spells right now.
Shit.
Oh no.
Damn it!
Oh no, not again. Not like
That
this.
foils
I know.
my plans.
Yep. I was wondering when we were gonna run into one of these.
One of
Where the hell is this? Oh, here we go.
And
And
this is really where we die, huh? It was nice knowing you guys.
after a few moments,
So look at the backup characters.
the cloaked individual that was fighting walks up near the sort of large portcullis.
Can I
and
ask you a stupid question? What is a portcullis or whatever?
it's like a large gate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
like
it
how
sounds like
castles-
you're saying pork cutlet, but I know that's not it. So I had to
You know
ask.
those like those
I wish.
giant wooden gates that castles have with like the little square holes in
Yes.
them all made out of wood.
Yeah. Although this one in particular is metal.
Okay, thank you.
which is-
Bless you.
And this sort of cloaked figure walks up to you, and takes off the cloak, and they look like this. And you notice immediately that as well of the two swords, they also have a long bow at their back. And they walk up to you, and this person says, "Well, what do we have here?" And he just waits for a response.
Why would we tell him who we are?
Also,
No. Also, I'm not gonna be disrespected by my 14-year-old OC.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, he does not have cool red lightning in the background. But he does have a tattoo of a large snake wrapping
He's
around his
edgy
arm.
Mm-hmm.
on purpose.
And he says, nothing. I mean, you did come into my home, and now you just aren't going to say anything.
You
You live here? I actually say that. You live here?
I suppose I should explain then. My name is Giraffe. Nice to meet you.
his name is Giraffe.
Oh no.
I was gonna say, is that scarf to hide his neck?
Y'all are gonna get us
You're funny,
murdered.
Martha.
Yeah.
And as he says this, Agrin sort of walks up near him and just looks at you all, sort of almost perplexed. He seems a bit confused. The other cloaked individual actually turns away from you guys, and does not come any closer.
I really should have picked him points.
Yes, Ella, to recap, from what you've heard, Giraffe is the
Yes.
leader of the Zentara.
Oh, well, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And you will, and I will say to all of you, you can tell by looking up close that he is a tiefling, but it is very hard to tell. His horns are small, but they barely protrude, and one of them's kind of covered by his hair. His tail is hidden behind his cloak, and you do notice that his fingernails are more akin to claws. But other than that, it's pretty hard to tell. He looks very human.
Is he not red? I mean, this seriously.
No, he just has sort of like darker skin.
Okay.
And he says, well, what the hell are you doing here then?
Looking for him, and I pointed Agrin.
Agrin looks very perplexed by this, and he says, "You're looking for me?
Yes.
I've never met any of you. I don't understand."
It seems as though you're having problems within your city.
Agrin looks sort of confused by this statement, but sort of looks to Girath, and Girath says, well, you're certainly right about that. But
Did you do this?
did I kill most of my men? No, it wasn't really wouldn't really call that a strategic move, no.
Leaders have done worse things.
I suppose you're right. And he sort of chuckles and he says, well, if you're here to check things out, does that mean you knew about what was happening here before you came? Because if so, I'd like answers.
We were expecting a bustling city, actually.
I have
Holy
no
cow.
idea what's going on ever.
All we found was a bloody child in your city and bodies everywhere.
Yeah, and an empty city. And then a series of explosions. We don't know anything beyond that.
He seems skeptical, but he doesn't outright deny anything that you've said.
I look at
And he-
Agrin. Where's Aaliyah?
His eyes shoot wide as you say this, and he says, "How do you?" And he sort of catches himself and like looks you up and down, and he says,
I'm
you."
scowling and like my jaw is clenched.
He says, you must be Eliaza, right?"
I nod.
"Oh, well, this, huh." He sort of looks at you, and he has sort of a, concerned look. But then he looks up and he says, to be honest, I don't know. I have no idea where she went.
I'll just close my eyes and look towards the ceiling and just let out a sigh.
I've come a very long way to find you.
He looks pretty caught off guard by all of this. This is clearly not what he was expecting, and he says, well, listen, maybe I can talk to you about it later, but right now you've got to tell us.
It's not a good time right now.
He says,
How's next Thursday work?
He says, I'm not the one in charge here. If you want to have any further conversation, you'll have to talk to him. And he points to Girath. And Girath says, yes, I'd very much like to know what's going on here. And he looks at Albrecht, and he says, welcome back. You seem to have disappeared for quite a while. Seems like you found new company. He sort of chuckles to himself. And Albrecht says, don't act like you didn't already know. And he chuckles some more, and he says, I suppose you're right. And he scratches his chin, and he says, so, you're all the Harpers, right? Or the ones working with them?
Close enough.
more or less.
Well,
I mean, he's not right.
this
we
is
ain't
certainly
wrong.
a predicament. I knew you'd arrive eventually, but, well, I didn't expect this to be happening when you did. And he sort of walks back, and he sort of turns to all of you and he says, well, I have no intention of fighting you here, at least not for now. So, and he sort of claps his hands and the portcullis opens up. and he does not seem to make any moves towards you or anything.
I'll approach forward then, since we can move freely.
I have a question.
Why don't we have a talk? And he sort of walks towards the large seat.
And
he says,
do we
are
still
you
not
asking
have?
a question in character?
Yes. No, I'm asking you a question before we go further. Does when he claps and the port cutlass comes open, does it feel like anything else has changed, like magic-wise, or we still
it
can't
feels
use our
like you.
powers?
It feels like you can use your magic again.
Oh.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you. You can continue. Thanks.
Yeah. And he goes and he sits down and he says, I have no intention of attacking you, but I assure you that if you try to attack me here, it will not end for you.
It would gain
and
us
you can,
nothing if we did.
And you can feel weight behind those. Doesn't seem like he's just bluffing.
Let's
This guy
fight him.
has he has a skull and crossbones above his head. Like, this NPC will kill us.
We're not a high enough level yet, guys.
And Agrin sort of, he seems to be like trying to figure out a lot of things in his head at once. And he just sort of watches as you all walk in. The other figure has not turned around.
What weapon did they have? Just the staff?
No, the other person, there was a crossbow laying on the ground next to them, and they were holding out their hands when you saw them.
Wait, like hand,
They
like
were
in a
using magic,
surrendering?
I think.
Yeah, like were they using magic or as if they were surrendering in a way?
They didn't seem like they were surrendering, but you can't tell if they were using magic or not.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume it's magic. If we couldn't use magic, maybe it was that person, but it's just me saying things out loud. I don't know that that's true.
For what it's worth, when that happened, they didn't seem to be doing anything. Like when the second the portcullis came down, that person turned away from all of it. Not
What if it's
looked
elf?
back.
I have a question. Just from looking around the room, is there anything like symbol wise or arcane wise, like kind of like in that cave that we saw? Like, is there anything that's indicative of like something that would be dampening our powers that he has under his control, not on his person, but in the room itself?
Make me a perception check. You know what? That's a very high roll. It does seem like, and they are extremely well hidden, like, incredibly well hidden. But it does seem like there are some runes around the room. A lot in the air, like in the little opening when you came in, but also in the rest of the room. But they don't seem to be active in any way, but it's kind of hard to tell. It didn't look active when it was happening either. It's not noticeably.
Like the same technology as before? I don't know.
No, this looks different. This
Okay.
does look like magical, but it doesn't look like does not look like the structures that you've been in.
Okay.
Does Giraffe have a soul patch?
Giraffe.
Yeah.
You can't tell. The sort of lower half of his face is kind of covered.
Okay.
Do you have a fetish?
No, in one of my visions,
Oh,
Ali was traveling with like a group of people.
That's right.
One was like a giant burly dude. One was Alphen, and some guy with a soul patch with dark.
In that case,
Maybe Agrin? I don't know.
Since I did actually directly tell you that, I will just go ahead and tell you this person does look like one of the people you saw.
Okay.
And you see Agrin. You don't see any sort of big burly person though. But I will say that I did also describe in that vision that there was one person who was completely cloaked.
Yeah.
You figure maybe that is the other person.
Okay.
But that person has not said anything since you've all walked in.
I guess we'll follow to his throne and just I'll stand at the ready to discuss whatever he wants to.
He sort of kicks back on the chair and he says, so you've all come here. Actually, let me change.
gonna get new tunes.
Giraffe's theme.
It's just music from The Lion King.
What noises do giraffes even make? Do they just like scream?
Ah! I don't know. I know they fight by smacking necks.
Yeah.
They sure do.
Giraffe call.
Zookeepers. I'm gonna ask them.
Giraffe
Say that
call.
again. You're kind of quiet. I couldn't.
What'd you say, Cass?
I said I have some friends that are zookeepers. I'm gonna ask them.
Oh my god, please do.
Yeah.
Okay, so giraffes kind of sound like goats. Ma.
Oh.
Long goat.
Yeah.
Just goats.
So you all walk into this room. There are many bodies that are sort of blown apart. A lot of them, in fact, pretty much all of them, though some are hard to tell. All of them look like they were members of the Zentaur. But the three people in this room, Agrin goes and stands by Giraffe, and the other individual does as well, but they do not face you at any point. They are directly turned away from you.
Why so sneaky?
Can we tell if it's a man or a woman?
I'm gonna say no from this angle.
They don't
and
have an
Giraffe
ass that
says,
just won't quit.
Giraffe, after you guys have sort of been in here for you all walked up, Giraffe turns towards the cloaked individual and he says, "What is the point of keeping that cloak up?" And you
It's a Kella
see
dark whatever.
You hear the person sigh, and they turn to you and take off the cloak. And you see Kella.
Oh my god, I knew it! Oh
She
man.
looks so cool.
She does look neat. I still hate
Yeah,
her.
she
though.
looks like she's so hot. They're also hot.
Everyone's hot.
Me and Elijah.
Everyone here is hot. It's just a fact you got to deal with.
You know, she looks like the that one not homunculus, the chimera from
Oh, I was gonna say she
Full
looks
Metal
like.
Alchemist,
Oh,
like
that's
the
not-
snake one.
I thought she was going. I was gonna say she looks like Riza Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, she
yeah,
kinda-
that too.
Yeah. I kind of felt like she looked a bit like Android 18.
I can see
Yeah.
that.
Not
Yeah.
intentionally, but
Yes,
She had
that's what
the
I got.
blue eyes. She'd look like her. I imagine we all, those who know her, our minds explode.
She sort of sighs and looks at all of you, and she looks exactly as pissed as she does in her portrait. She looks upset to see all of you.
She doesn't like us. It's okay. It's fair.
And she says, why don't we just kill them? And Teresa,
And I'll like scowl at her.
she scowls right back at you.
Dark hope.
She is holding the crossbow again.
My hand's on my hilt.
And Dras says, I'm aware you are acquainted, but as far as it goes right now, I don't have many soldiers left. So please just deal with each other for now. And he sort of scratches his chin and says, well, let me ask you this. Have you seen anybody else since you've come here?
Besides the child, no.
The child?
We left a child in the church.
Do I need to roll deception for that?
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah, we've only seen I said we've only seen the child, but that's
that's a good
wait.
point.
Did he frame it whenever we got into this?
Scum, why are you ratting us out already?
Well,
well,
Scum's
that's
like,
true.
does he know I'm lying?
I will
Since we
say,
got in
make me a deception check.
Please don't roll a 1.
Dang!
Oh.
Oh.
You don't notice any discernible difference in the way he's saying. You have no idea if he caught on to that or not.
I mean, we also saw dead people.
Yeah.
But he sort of he looks at you and he says, interesting. How did you even know how to get past the church in the first place?
We have our ways. We made our way all the way here.
He sort of looks at you and squints his eyes and he says, very well then. I'll choose to believe that for now. And he looks amongst all of you. And he says, well, I'll tell you a summary of what has happened thus far, and you can catch me up on any relevant details that you happen. And he sort of, like, how do I put this? Oh, you know what? Never mind. He doesn't do anything. He just looks amongst all of you, and he says, well, so, actually, I suppose, Agrin, you better tell your side of the story first. I was down here when everything happened. And Agrin says, right, well, how do I put this? I was in the town square, and it was a pretty normal day. Everybody was sort of going about their business, all the townsfolk and whatnot. Some members of the Zentarm were getting ready to go out on various missions, but suddenly people just started changing. I don't really know how to describe it. It was as if everybody, their expressions went blank. People all over the town, they just started dropping whatever they were doing, stopping and just leaving. A lot of them walked out, and I didn't really know what was happening, but it didn't seem to affect me for some reason. But a vast majority of the people left. Some of the Zentar members stayed behind and weren't affected by it as well. Everybody was very concerned, but that was almost the least of our worries. I tried to turn back and go and tell Command about what was happening and everything, and, well, when I did, some of the remaining people started to go a little bit crazy. Started attacking each other. Their eyes went black, their veins went black. They were killing each other, and they were trying to attack me as well. And unfortunately, I was forced to take some of their lives, but when they did, they just exploded into this necrotic energy. I don't even know how to describe it. But people were killing each other, and when I came down here, others were killing each other too. As far as Aaliyah goes, I haven't seen her since everything went down.
She's
Possible.
in the city?
She was, but I haven't seen her since. I can't really confirm if that's good or bad, since, well, I haven't seen her dead, but I haven't seen her alive either. It's entirely possible that she left town with everybody else, but I really don't know. As for where they went, well, obviously we haven't really had time to assess that yet. And Duras says, I'll pick up from there. As I was down here making plans for, well, I guess that's not really relevant to you. He sort of looks to Kella and says, I was actually mid-conversation with her, talking about a few things when, well, some of my men started to go mad, like he said.
Talking with Ella?
No.
Did I say Ella?
Kella.
No, Kella.
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 Dark
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There's a
man.
Bad
kid.
lady.
Okay.
He talked to bad lady.
It's about to be like a reveal that she's been a traitor the whole time.
Actually,
Dun dun dun.
plot twist.
But he says, people started going mad. I was easily able to dispatch them, of course, but exactly happy about it. We've been sort of fighting them off here for the past, I'd say, hour or so. And he says, but they didn't really get to this point until about an hour ago. Until then, it seems like it started a bit earlier from Agrin's perspective. And Agrin says, yeah, it was probably about, I'd say 6 or 7 hours ago.
Did we have notes that a string was here?
You know that there is a string
In the
somewhere in the vicinity of this place, but you do not know.
No, whether
You don't
it's
have
in
any
the
intel on.
city, outside of it.
Yes.
Our circle was very broad.
Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
very
Right.
broad circle. Crone is taking information from a vast network, and these things are not exactly often very open objects to find, you know? Excuse me. So, there's no way to really know currently.
Now that we're all here, what would you do with us? Are you looking to just escape? Why stay?
Escape? Are you joking? This is my city. He sort of stands up and he says, first goal is to figure out what the hell happened here. Second, to stop it. And third, to take my city back. And, well, I'm not exactly thrilled to be working anywhere near the likes of you. I actually, well, he sort of scratches his chin and he says, I suppose it would be interesting. And he looks amongst all of you and he says, how about this? You help me figure out what the hell's going on here, and maybe I ease back on, following you and figuring out exactly what it is you all are doing.
Despite what Kella has told you, she's the one that's been picking fights with us.
Well, I am well aware of that, but the point is, let's just say all of you are of interest to me. But I'm not just going to kill you or anything like that, so you have no worry there. Of course, if you try to attack me, well, no promises.
How can we take you at your word that you won't do anything to us under the guise of a alliance ship?
Well, that's the wonderful thing. It's up to you. You don't have to trust me, and you can just flat out leave if you like, but I figure you're probably looking for that string, no?
I look back at everyone.
Are we?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right, of course. But whatever your reason is for being here, I could see this as perhaps mutually beneficial, no?
I'd look at Elijah, and I'd say, if nothing else, it'd be beneficial to us in order to find out where your sister might be. Perhaps if she went off with the crowd.
I need their help. You don't have to, if you to.
Well, I want to help my friend find his sister, so I'm willing to help you as far as that goes, but I can't speak for the rest of my friends.
He sort of looks amongst all of you and he says, well, I don't really care which of you decide to help or not, but if you are planning to help, then I think first thing we need to do is figure out where the hell everybody went.
Do we know that? Did the kid know anything? I can't remember what he told us.
The kid told you something sort of similar to what Agrin told you.
Yeah,
which
he
is that
saw
it was
people
locked.
running out of the city.
And in fact, it was even less running out and more just
Walking out.
walking.
Yeah.
Oh,
All out mind controlled.
yeah.
But yeah, you don't know really much more.
From our perspective, once
The
we
Jedi
arrived,
are evil.
once we arrived to your city, we were ambushed by creatures that seemed to be inflicted with the same disease. That's
They all
come
kept
up-
chanting, "Stop the steal." It was very weird.
Nah.
Sorry, too soon? My bad.
Those are certainly monsters. Those are certainly monsters. But the people of my town, I wouldn't really refer to them as monsters, though. I
No,
suppose they-
we said giants, right?
yes.
Nora's just
Oh, you're thinking of the
interrupting
giants.
blatantly.
Giants,
These were
yeah.
creatures. We've seen nothing more than what you have all seen. Maybe less.
You saw giants that were afflicted with the same curse.
Just outside your city.
And the
Well.
child said that people were exiting the city calmly, I guess.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
No
Well,
panic.
That is helpful enough intel. Means that it's not just my city that's been affected by this. Perhaps there's some sort of trail we can follow.
I look at Agrin. I'm only here to find Aaliyah.
Well, I suppose I can't stop you then. He looks troubled. But he says, well, I'm here to help out Tarath, so if that's what you want to do, I'm glad to help out as well. And I'll say, Elijah, without even making a check, you can notice a sort of tinge of, well, make me an insight check.
Okay.
With advantage.
I've got good insight.
Right. You sort of notice when he says he's just here to help out Giraffe that perhaps he's not being entirely honest. He does seem, at least to some extent, also want to find. Aaliyah.
Does he seem like he's completely loyal to Giraffe?
Does he have hickeys?
Hard to tell. No.
All right.
Actually, hard to tell. Hard to tell. Good say.
I think that man's boning your sister. I can't tell. Okay. I have my theories.
He might be.
He might be. All right. I can't believe we're helping these people, but here we are.
This very much feels like a frog and scorpion situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, look at Kella's face.
She hates
I think
it so much.
she's probably the one who hates this the most.
Yeah.
She constantly looks angry. Anytime you like get even relatively close to her, she sort of like puffs up.
Well, I mean, to be
Back
fair,
off.
we have tried to murder each other twice.
Yeah.
At least.
Our
least
first
3
interaction,
times,
we
right?
were we were murder hobos whenever we first met her.
You were.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. We definitely almost just wrecked her shit.
Wow.
Poor Harmony. I mean, Harmony
Yeah.
doesn't really have like any ties.
No.
No,
Pluto either.
I will
This is
note that she does look noticeably stronger than she did before.
I mean, I would hope so.
Does she still have her little flying dragon thing?
Oh, her fly snake.
Yeah.
You don't see one.
Just we're all just like, what happened to your snakes? And
Yeah.
she's like, I don't like you people. Shut up.
I like you even less.
No.
Yeah,
We
That's
help
a
make you
shame.
stronger. You're welcome. God.
She
You
ate
got
it
a lot
for
of
sure.
XP.
And Drath says, well, all right then. I suppose we may as well head out. And he sort of whistles. He does a loud whistle, and you notice 2 doors on either side of the room that were completely imperceptible. You could not see them at all, sort of open up. And you see about 20 more Zentarum men and women come out.
Oh, I hate this place.
And they seemed pretty well armed. And they all sort of look at you and move to Giraffe. And he says, well, I suppose we should be moving out then. This is everything we have for now, I'm afraid.
You should send someone to the church to collect the child.
He says, we'll be passing out that way anyways. And he starts to move towards the door.
I look
Child's
back at
actually his
everybody.
illegitimate son.
How's everybody looking? Concerned?
Oh yeah, I'm worried. Yeah.
Nora's just confused why we're not fighting. He doesn't understand.
He sort of looks at all of you, and he actually says, you do all seem a bit worn out, but we don't really have time for a full-on rest. I'll tell you what, we take 1 hour. That's all you get. After that, we're moving out. What you decide to do after that, I suppose, is up to you.
Wow, what a good segue for the end of the session.
Yeah.
A 1 hour rest.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess that is a good place to stop for tonight.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Oh man, we're in danger.
Chuckles. I'm in danger.
Anything back on a short rest?
What does Giraffe's like the tip of his tail look like? Is it just a triangle, or does it have a specific shape to it?
Has a middle finger.
It's just a middle finger flipping us off.
It is sort of like how do I describe? Actually, hold.
The tip of his tail is a knife holding a smaller knife.
It actually kind of looks somewhat similar to Harmony's tail. From what I've seen from Harmony's tail, it's sort of pointed at the end and has a bit of a chip out
Like
of
a
it.
fin, sort of.
Yeah.
Yes, it's sort of like that, but it's a bit more sharp, almost like a diamond shape.
Oh,
Gotcha.
he's a pointier Harmony.
Also,
It's getting good, guys.
yeah. Also, I was wrong. Only baby giraffes sound like goats. Adult giraffes, their call is too high pitched for human ears.
Really?
Can't believe you're spreading misinformation like that.
Yeah.
Lying to us. I can't
Yeah.
believe it.
How
There
can we
was,
even
like-
trust you anymore?
Yeah, I was watching the thing, and I continued. And they're like, "But that's only for adults. Vocals are too high pitched for human ears." I was like, "Oh, good to know." It's the reason why you've never heard of a giraffe call. It's because
Gotta say, big fan of this pick crew. Really helped me sort of give you
Yeah,
guys
look at
good
you, you're-
I
visualization.
like
Yeah.
these
You
characters.
fucking
I love it.
snapped. I
They
see
look
you.
cool.
Go off, I
Kella-
guess.
Kella's never looked cooler.
Yeah. Because Kella does actually have an official portrait, but I like that. That Kella is from Storm King's Thunder, and we are not in Storm King's Thunder anymore.
yeah, we've long since left
No.
Storm King Thunder
Yeah.
No, we've
Yeah.
diverged.
Yeah.
very heavily.
As soon as like the portcullis came down, that's whenever I was like, "Oh shit, I feel bad for bringing my friends all this way just for me and my sister." But I guess we're all looking for the strings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am very excited for the next session. You guys have well, I guess I should not tell you how far you are in, but you guys are stepping into the chapter. There is still a lot to come.
Oh boy. Oh, we gotta fight whatever's brainwashing people, so that'll be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
had debated using like a sending scroll just to like ask Aaliyah where she is, but she could just be like mind control. Wouldn't be able
brains.
to reply. Yeah. She might
Yeah.
not be able to reply.
Yeah, it might be
100%.
a waste.
Yeah. 100%. We're gonna find out the thing, and it's gonna be like,
An
it's
evil
gonna be-
wizard on a mountainside.
It's not gonna be that. Yeah, it's gonna be like, you must defeat
Hey,
my
guy.
champion. And it's Aaliyah, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, your
like-
sister's the bad guy.
yeah, 100%. That's fully mind control. Just yeah, cool.
You know, it could be.
It doesn't stop
You
till
know.
you die.
It would not surprise me anymore, honestly. I'd be like, well,
Yeah.
No, I'm
fine.
assuming we have to kill her. That's my assumption as it stands. Until proven
No.
otherwise.
It's
Yeah.
That's
like
my guess.
I don't like that.
I'm assuming it's maybe like an Infinity Stone type shtick where the string somebody got a hold of the string or
Yeah, I do think
Yeah.
the spring is causing
Yeah,
things.
the
Yeah.
string-
That is
yeah,
what I
some-
think also.
Yeah, we have a power amplifying string, so we have the power stone, and now we're going for the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mind
Damn.
stone. Yeah.
Someone was like, neat, cool string. And then they put it like on their guitar. They were like, sick. Shred it. And then like everyone went crazy.
Oh yeah.
Dying.
I was gonna say it's just a bard that's like I just wanted an audience.
We lost a
Well, we
child.
have a
Guys,
full-
you can't ruin the
Oh.
surprise. Carson worked really hard on it, okay?
Can we just have a full mob of, like, an actual gangster mob of mephits, please? Just, like, casually on our road sometime?
I will
Thanks.
say also at this point your smoke methods have disappeared.
Oh yeah, I think I mentioned earlier they were gonna explode in 5 minutes, but I think we just gotta assume that they.
During the middle of the meeting, they just go off.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
No, they were gone. They were gone before you even got there.
Mhm.
Also, they don't. When that happens, they don't explode. it's
Oh,
only,
that's cool.
only when they die that they explode.
Oh, okay.
Like breach an entry with the.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, that was a great session. I'm very excited for our next session.
We've now adopted 3 evil children to our party.
Those are not my children. I don't want
Yeah,
them.
no. Yeah, no.
You're all the evil child I need. I don't need more.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna say, yeah, we've adopted E3, which is that, and we will, we'll drop up, we'll go to the 7-Eleven, we'll tell them they can get Slurpees, and then we get back in the car as fast as possible and smash the gas.
Giraffe scene's nice. I don't understand why you guys don't.
You just want to have sex with him.
Yeah.
He's so edgy and cool though.
Just jump like ice water on Elijah. It's like, get it together.
No, not horny jail. Ah!
That's
Do not
actually what
put me in
happened.
horny prison.
You were too horny, so they used they
Yeah.
dropped the portcullis down.
God, I knew it.
Yeah.
Dispel horny.
Just, yeah, it's my
Yeah,
favorite cantrip.
We're gonna have to, we're gonna have to give Noir the horny bat. So when you Elijah's bat
Just
just bonk.
Always
Yeah.
bonking.
Yeah. Elijah sees any other person bonk.
Yeah.
It's like, don't make me cast smite on this bonk.
I look forward to bullying Culla more and making her mad.
Yeah.
It will not end well.
Parson,
not
thanks for this session a day after you moved.
Yeah,
pretty-
thank
Oh
you.
yeah,
It's
no,
pretty boss of
I'm
you.
happy to do it.
It's a really good
I'm-
session too.
Yeah, I'm really happy to get back into it. I'm having a lot of fun with all these characters for sure. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
How many of these pit crews have you made? Like 50? Wouldn't you like to know?
They said how our chat exploded when you found it.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell
Yeah.
you this. I did make these two, like these two. I made like 2 seconds before the session started. I already knew what both of them looked like, but I hadn't had the idea yet to make the pit crew for like their
nice.
icons, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's-
I made those like immediately, but I already had it planned out exactly what they look like, so it was easy to do.
oh,
But yeah,
can't wait to see what else happens.
but I definitely have made more,
I thought so.
and yeah. So yeah, well, I'm
What's that
excited
box?
for the next session.
It's a good tool,
Oh,
honestly.
it's my goat.
I miss Crowan.
Does Ella miss Crowan?
No.
What do you mean? I'm right here, guys. I don't know what you're talking about.
Get out of here!
It's
Yeah.
me.
It was Crowan all along.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's him.
I mean, we-
He's
we-
been
we-
watching everyone.
I was
I'm
gonna
leaving
say
that as an option.
was gonna say-
Giraffe the entire time.
we always knew Crowan was gonna be the actual final boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna collect it all. I think Crowan's gonna be like, psych, haha, it's actually mine.
You know,
Ella
What?
doesn't hate Crowan. She just hates that he doesn't tell her anything. It drives her
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Beats around the bush always.
Mhm.
here's all the people we've encountered this session. It's very nice.
Oh, Alphen, will we
Alphen
ever
is-
see you again?
Yeah, Alphen's
Probably
face is-
somewhere nearby.
Alphen looks like a child compared to his brother. His brother does look like Itachi Uchiha, in my opinion.
Yeah,
What-
Alphen's a
what
sweet baby.
clan- What clan is Itachi with? That's what I'm wondering if, like, their whole... The Zentarum is very much that.
I don't know a
I'll
Naruto.
be honest. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
me
know.
neither.
Let's see. He's a Uchiha clan. Then he leaves to join. What's the name of that organization?
Yeah, I always
The
forget.
spooky bad guys.
Um,
Yeah, because and then you find out later that that entire thing
he was a
is
good guy the whole time, or something. Affiliation Akatsuki
yeah, the Akatsuki, yeah,
with
which
the floaty cloud.
yeah, and then they all turn out to be controlled by another Uchiha. Yeah, Naruto got weird. Now I checked up on Boruto, and now they're just dimension jumping. And I was like, all right,
Really?
I'm out.
Yikes.
Boruto's dad.
Dude, Boruto and Naruto are like bros because Boruto time traveled back to when his dad is like a kid.
God, I hate this show and I don't even watch it.
Yeah,
What a tired trope. I hate it.
yeah, yeah. They're like, no one likes Boruto, but they like Naruto. Okay, Boruto time jumps so we can have Naruto back.
Yeah, be best friends.
Yeah. They're like,
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end the stream.
All right.
Thanks to anybody
gotta
who's
go to
still in
bed.
here. Yeah.
I gotta go to bed.
Good night, my friend.
Good night. I love you all so much.
Bye.
Love you
This is
more.
your